Hello and welcome to IUP. My name is Edel Riley and I am the Director of Liberal Studies here on campus. I'm also a faculty member in the Department of Mathematical and Computer Sciences, but it's my role as Director of Liberal Studies that I will be speaking with you today. I'm just going to give you a brief overview of what the Liberal Studies program is, what are the courses that you will have to choose, that you will take to fulfill your Liberal Studies requirement, and where you can go to see those different courses in order to be able to make those choices before you register. So Liberal Studies or General Education is a common core curriculum that is required by all of our undergraduate students, regardless of their program. It is roughly about a third of your degree, which is somewhere between 43 and 48 credits, depending on your program. Some programs require a certain number of liberal studies credits. Some would like to use the courses that are part of the liberal studies curriculum. So that's why it changes from student to student. But it works out to be roughly between 14 and 16 courses overall that you will take over your 4 years here at IUP. It's not just everything has to be taken in the first year. So liberal studies itself can be divided up into 5 big areas, and these areas are based on what employers say they want from our graduates. The most important requirement that employers want is communication. So any opportunity you have to work on communication, I would strongly encourage that. They're looking for both written and oral communication, and we have those built into all of our liberal studies curriculum courses. There is also a focus on problem solving, on global awareness, on respect for self and for others, and on critical thinking. And all of the courses that have been approved as part of the liberal studies curriculum have to address how they will look at each one of these. The content for each of the courses comes from the areas that are listed on the right. So everybody takes an English, a math, 3 courses from the humanities, 3 courses from the social sciences, 2 courses from the natural sciences, a fine arts, a dimension in wellness, and then either 1 or 2 liberal studies electives, again, dependent on your program. So the courses that you really don't get a choice in are English and mathematics. Everybody takes English 101, which is composition 1, and English 202, which is composition 2. So those courses will appear on your schedule at some point, probably soon. Everybody takes at least 1 math course. Again, that course is determined by your major. Some of you will have some choice, but for the vast majority of you, your major determines which mathematics course you take. Where you do have the choices are in what we call the knowledge area, humanities, where you have to take 9 credits or 3 courses, 1 in history, 1 in literature, and then 1 either in philosophy or religious studies. You have to take 9 credits, or again, another 3 courses in what's called the social sciences. That would be your anthropology, your psychology, sociology, economics, geography, political science. You need to take 3 courses from that category. You want to make sure that 1 of those courses will fulfill your global and multicultural awareness. And I'm going to talk a little bit about this in a little bit more detail so you see exactly what I mean. You do have to have a course that fulfills what we call GMA, Global or Multicultural Awareness, but you can fulfill that requirement by taking a social science that has been designated a GMA. So when we look at the listing, these are all of the social sciences from which you can choose. You will notice that several of them have the little letters GMA written after it. And that's a course that fulfills your global and multicultural awareness. So you want to make sure, in order to save yourself money on credits, to select a social science that has a GMA designee. So that would be any of the anthropologies, world geography, world politics, global cities, or the foundations of sociology, Sociology 161. So any of those courses will also fulfill your GMA. So I strongly encourage you, when you're picking a social science, to select at least 1 course from those highlighted courses. The other courses that you will take that you have some options are your your natural sciences, you do need to take 2 courses there. Some of you will need to take a 2-lab sequence, which will be 4 credits each for 8 credits, or option 2, which is 1 lab course and 1 non-lab course. Again, certain programs determine which option you take. Fine arts, you do have some choices there. Dimension of wellness, there are some choices. And for your liberal studies electives, there are lots of choices there as well. And you will take either 1 or 2 courses depending on your major. The courses that you're going to take pretty soon are going to be English 101 and 121. And I highly recommend you get those 2 courses out of the way, especially if you're an education major, because in order to apply for teacher ed, you do need to have those 2 courses. The other item before I show you the selection of courses themselves and how to find them is I want to just bring your attention to the minor in professional teamwork and leadership. I already mentioned that communication is the most important thing that employers look for in our graduates. One of the second things is being part of a teamwork and being able to work on a team and to show some leadership skills. So we do have a minor that does overlap with our liberal studies curriculum that can help prepare you for those skills for when you start looking for a job in the next few years. 2 of the courses that are required for that minor will also fulfill your liberal studies requirements. And those are SOCH 161. And SOCH 161 is a pretty loaded class because it in fact fulfills 3 separate requirements. It fulfills your social science requirement. It also fulfills the GMA, and it'll fulfill that teamwork minor. It is a required course for that teamwork minor. Now, even if you decide not to participate in the minor, it will still fulfill your social science requirement and your GMA requirement. So if you decide to take it, but decide not to pursue the minor, it is not a wasted course. It still is fulfilling 2 requirements. The second required course for the minor is Theatre 161, which does fulfill your fine arts requirement. So again, those are 2 courses that you can sign up for right now that will, if you decide to pursue that teamwork, professional teamwork and leadership minor, would be 2 courses that are required. So what I want to do at this stage is just to very quickly take you to the IUP website where you can actually get to see the different selections that you have. Here, I just typed in iup.edu and it brings you just to our main page. And over here in the search, I'm just going to type academic catalog. And the academic catalog is the course catalog. It's the contract that you will be following. It's where you can get all the information on courses. And I'm just going to do a search. Sorry. So let me just search academic catalogs, first thing that comes up. I'm not sure why it defaults. Mine defaults to the graduate catalog, but the undergraduate is the one that you will want. And then down along the left-hand side here is all the different parts of the catalog. I'm sure this has been shown to you in other settings, but I am bringing you to requirements for graduation, okay, about a little more than halfway down. You're going to click on Liberal Studies Requirements and then click on it again, Liberal Studies Requirements. And these are the big areas for the Liberal Studies requirements. The learning skills is your English and your math, which are determined for you. Where you get the choice is knowledge area. So when you go into knowledge area, it has all of those different categories that I mentioned. So your first choice is going to be in history. History 196, explorations of US history, European history, or global history. And if you just click on this title here, it brings up a little description as to what the course is all about. So you can certainly read through this and decide which of those 3 histories you would prefer to take. Literature, in most cases, most people take English 121, which is humanities lit. The English 122 is required for English majors, and music history 102 is required for music education majors. So really the option is humanities lit. But again, choices in philosophy or religious studies. Here are 6 choices in philosophy, 3 choices in religious studies. Again, watch that last religious studies course, Religious Studies 120, Comparative Religious Ethics, does fulfill GMA. So it is another way to fulfill that GMA requirement. Your fine arts, okay, these are all of the choices for fine arts. This very bottom one, Theater 161, that is the course that could be used as well for the professional teamwork and leadership minor. Your natural sciences, these are all of the lab options that there are. So you will need to select one of these, and these are the non-lab options. So you'll need to select one of those as well, unless your program requires you to take 2 of these. And then finally, we have our social sciences. Again, the ones that have the GMA listed are the ones that will also fulfill that global and multicultural awareness. The second one from the end here, SOCH 161, is that triple whammy course that I mentioned. It fulfills a social science, it fulfills a GMA, and it's also a required course for the professional teamwork and leadership minor. And then we have our dimension of wellness, and these are all of the options to fulfill that requirement. Again, checking on the course opens up the catalog description. You can read about it and see if that's a course that you would be interested in taking. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. My contact information is eriley@iup.edu. I would certainly be willing to answer any questions you might have about your liberal studies choices, courses you might have already taken at other institutions or college and high school, or AP credits. I certainly would be willing to answer any questions. Good luck as you embark on your career here at IUP, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.